Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to Betrayal at Krondor. Let's go ahead and get back onto the road and head north. There's a town called Northwarden up ahead. Might have some weapon shop. There's also a way that we could go over there, but let's not do that yet. Although, looked like there was something in between. Okay, it's not a container. Might be something that doesn't show up until a later chapter. But let's go ahead and get some rest here. I saw something yellow, but I guess not. Yeah, I think there's a lot of stuff that doesn't show up until a later chapter at this point. There is some stuff right back there, though. Let's go see what we got. James noticed a circle of holes, instinct taking over where common sense had failed him. He shouted for stillness. "Don't move! In our daydreaming, we allowed ourselves to wander straight into a trap." Okay, we actually can't go back that way. Somehow we got past these red ones. Let's just go ahead and keep doing this until Gorath and Owen can't get any more. Let's see, Owen is still getting some more. Owen is not. Alright. Let's go ahead and push that way. There we go. James. There we go. Somehow we got teleported to the north. Which is okay by me. Button. It doesn't live within a house, nor does it live without. Most will use it when they come in, and again when they go out. Door? Yep. I mean, a door doesn't live anyway. Huh. Okay. Well, that is actually a lot of rations that I can't take. Well, that's fine. We can come back for that. Tregdze. The side of a wolfhound has the most hair. Outside? Yep. More regular rations, some rope, and some restoratives. You have 15. You have 24. 18, 24. Alright, we'll leave the rest. There's some basic equipment here. Killin. She has tasteful friends and tasteless enemies. Tears are often shed on her behalf, yet never has she broken a heart. It's not knife. I do not know. Let's see. Onion, apparently. I do not think I would have gotten this one. More basic, stuff. Just tons of rations. Interesting. Alright. Alright, nothing else out here. Looks like that's Northwarden. Alright, there's something up ahead. Music drifted on the wind. At first believing himself losing his wits to the grind of traveling, James paused, then picked out the very melodic strains of the fishwife's daughter coming from a clump of trees near them. Abruptly, the music stopped as an unhappy-looking young man dropped out of a tree, his lute slung over back. Tammany the minstrel. Please tell me he hasn't sent you. I'm too exhausted right now to play, and I've run all the things I know into the ground. I've heard it's a dire day in the keep when the minstrel is without charm. What's bothering you? When one of the Baron's new recruits asked for musical instruction, I heartily agreed, sacrificing my morning walks to make time for his lessons. We started immediately. I demonstrated for him a simple royal scale, ascending eighth notes, progression from C abdicant to A coronant in half steps, kingdom time. Even after 2 weeks, he couldn't find all of the notes. He refuses to practice. He can't tell the difference between a tuned and an untuned lute, and he patently refuses to learn how to read minstrel writs. I don't understand why he desires lessons at all. Perhaps he thought it would be easier. Everyone does. They believe you simply pick up an instrument and it magically makes sounds of its own accord, without so much as a whit of your own concentration. Learning music takes discipline, the same as learning how to use a sword. Perhaps you could give us a lesson sometime. You're in luck. I'm free just now, and I've recently restringed my lute. There is, of course, a matter of a small fee which Baron Gebot imposes for services rendered outside of the garrison complement. It would be 75 sovereigns for the lesson. I realize it's a bit steep, but part of the cost covers the price of the practice lute itself. Do you still want the instruction? No, we'll wait until we have different party members. I regret that we have obligations elsewhere. Perhaps another time, minstrel. I'm usually around here, so if you get the money, I'd be more than happy to instruct you. You'll have to forgive me, but I must go and prepare a new rendition of Her Eyes of Honey for the men. They didn't like my last arrangement. Good luck with the rendition. We'll be back when we can. Don't mind me if this is your hole. I'm just going to dig in it. I'll take the 33 coins. I believe I can take that. I can indeed. Come back for that armor later. It's a body. We might want to look it over. Spoiled rations, a key. I will take that. And another body with nothing on it. And another body. Spoiled rations. Let's put that down for the moment. I didn't get any weapon craft out of it, but went ahead and used that up, which is fine with me. The path turned. The road before them was well-traveled. James saw it switch back several times before climbing towards a large garrison. Northwarden, he said. Do you think we should go in for supplies? Yes, I think we should. Palace. Shop. James strolled into the trees. Seeing a suspiciously ordered pile of leaves, he prodded its depths, but was relieved to find that no one had left a trap behind. Still curious, he continued to burrow. 2 gold coins. I'll take that. Alright, let's visit the shop first. The Ironmonger. Dragon plate armor. I think we might want to get that. Sword of Knur. James hefted the sword respectfully. In the hands of its dwarven makers, it would doubtlessly have been considered a two-handed bastard sword. But even the most diminutive of humans would have been hard-pressed to get more than a hand and a half over its spiral pommel. How does that stack up to our current weapons? It is better than the rapier, not as good as the Gallon Griefmaker. So, it does the same thrust damage as the rapier, but is not as accurate. It does better swing damage. And has better swing accuracy than the rapier. But that's kind of to be expected. I think I am going to stick with the rapier, because I mostly thrust anyway. So, right now, it doesn't matter to me. Some rations, some other things. Althaphane's Icer is kind of nice. Chapel's armor and weapons, we already have one of those. Dragon plate armor. It was simply the best armor ever made by human hands. An articulated breastplate with a sliding rivet arrangement, an interior quilted arming doublet to soften sharp impacts, slip catches beneath the arm gussets for quick suiting. The breastplate was a marvel, both to wear and to look at. But first of all, let's get rid of some of these things. Is that repairable? That is not. Alright, so I've already done that one. Let's hand that over to you. Do you want these? Yes, you'll buy these. Thank you. That is repairable. That is not. Good, you will take these as well. Oh, I used up the hammer. All right. You know what? Now, let's not do that just yet. Let's just, let's buy the new stuff. Let's haggle. 1221. Sure. Well, there goes a lot of my money. Sovereigns. 66 sovereigns. Do you want one of these? No. Is there anything else that I would want to sell? Not really. What about this? Yeah, you know what? It's just one. I've been holding it for a long time. I haven't used it. I'm just going to get rid of it. Don't care at the moment. Yeah, that's pretty nice. That is the best armor in the game, so we now do have the best armor in the game. And let's go ahead and visit the palace. Great Hall. Left as a legacy to Northwarden by a baron who cared more about leisure than practicality, the Great Hall was still maintained with a military discipline. No corner of it left unscrubbed or cluttered by the unnecessary. Alright, let's talk to you. Senor, I would talk with you, but I am not entirely comfortable with the Moradell's presence. If you could step out of the room. I will be waiting in the antechamber. This will take but a few moments. James, what do you know about the experimental projects that we have going on here at Northwarden? Very little. I believe the prince mentioned you had discovered an explosive powder similar to naphtha, but I don't know much beyond that. Our powder is similar to naphtha, yes, but many times stronger. With a portion that would scarcely fill my hand, we can rain 200-pound iron balls onto enemy forces. It would destroy anything it hit. Unfortunately, it takes a team of 10 men a half hour to reload the weapon, and as yet its accuracy is not such that I would wish to count upon it in battle. In many years, it is possible it will be a weapon of monstrous power, but we will first have to learn how to master it. It will be a great contribution to the king's arsenal. Yes, and it would be an even greater contribution to Delican. What I haven't told you is that 30 of Northwarden's pigs have been stolen over the past 6 months. Pigs? I don't understand. What do missing pigs have to do with anything? Pig urine is a principal component in the formulation of the powder, and our swine can't survive in the Northland cold. If someone in the castle has leaked the formula to them, they may well be attempting to build up stock for their own experiments. Enemy activity. What has the enemy activity in the region been like? Any signs of increase? We can at least substantiate Prince Arutha's fears that the Moradell plan to attack. A few of my scouts slipped into Raglan and discovered a catapult and several siege engines under construction. Any number of Quegian mercenaries have already arrived in town, though none yet know where they are being sent. It seems that the native Moradell have adapted an attitude of wait and see how the battle is going before committing to Delican's strike force. Gorth told us as much. The run against Sethanon apparently left a bad taste in the mouths of the Moradell clans, and this Delican doesn't have Mermandamus' silver tongue. He's had to bully several of the clans into joining him, though a few of the larger clans have sworn to withhold their support until Delican proves himself. I am not so much concerned about the Quegians in the battle as I am about the possibility the Moradell may cook up something unexpected. There is talk Delican has a circle of advisors known as the Six, magicians of some order. I don't relish the thought of running up against some of the tricks that Mermandamus pulled during the battle that destroyed Armengar. Duke Martin has been telling me about it, though I understand he was absent before the final assault began. Duke Martin is here? He arrived on a social visit shortly before your friend. I was the huntsmaster at Kars when he was still working for the Duke of Krydi, and he recommended me to this post following Baron Rosel's death. When your friend arrived from Krondor with news of another possible attack, he decided to stay and help however he could here until Prince Arutha advises him further. Right now, he and Senor Locklear are leading a small scouting expedition into the high hills. So what about this magic problem? Are you going to hire any magicians? Long ago, I saw the wisdom that Duke Bork displayed in having Kolgan and Pug in his duchy. It was one of the first things I did once I assumed command here. Since he felt uncomfortable here for some reason, Patris is off working on a few tricks of his own to counter any Moradell spellcraft. Helping out. Who is in charge of your guards here? It would be interesting. I would be interested in speaking to him. My guards are hard at work. If you wish to speak to the guards, I can arrange for you to walk guard duty, senor. Otherwise, I will not have their schedules disrupted. Shall I have Lieutenant Aaron put you on the night watch? I'm not sure if that is... That might be an increase in crossbow. Yeah, I'll go ahead and say yes. Sounds marvelous. When do I start? Lieutenant Aaron, I have a new recruit I would like for you to assign. It was late. Breathing warmth into his cupped hands, James paced the frost-touched flagstones between the postern and the Bailey gates, and looked out into the darkness beyond the castle. Nothing was moving in the mists. Like the world within the gates, things seemed orderly in the extreme. Too orderly. Even in Krondor, the prince's control was far from complete, with the upright man running matters in the sewers and scoundrels of various stripes calling the shots in the poorer quarters. Here, it was as if the world outside of Northwarden simply did not exist in any other context than how Baron Gabbett dictated it to his men. It would be entirely too easy for an outside force to take advantage of the rigor with which he ruled his men. It's time Jimmy the Hand did a little something off schedule, James muttered, scaling the Bailey wall with little trouble. Settling himself in a patch of shadow, he focused his eyes on the courtyard below and folded his arms across his chest. Now it was time for the real guard duty. I would be most interested to know why you felt it necessary to have me awakened in the middle of the night. It would have been preferable if you had come when I called. Your guard shifts are utterly inadequate, Baron. Last night, while I was on guard duty, I decided to vary the schedule a bit and see what happened. When I watched the Bailey Gate when I was to be on the other side of the castle, I noticed a soldier slipping a note to another man who was waiting outside the castle gate. A few minutes later, when I shifted to the opposite side, again I saw another instance of someone attempting to steal a grief-maker from the castle armory. I stopped him, naturally. There were several other instances. And the note passed through the Bailey Gate? Harmless. A love letter from a soldier quartered here named Corby to a girl named Thea. You've become too regimented here. Your schedules are known outside the castle, very likely made known by a spy working within these very walls. I urge you to take greater precautions and to reevaluate your staff. It could be the downfall of this castle. I shall consider it. In the meantime, I ask you accept something as a token of gratitude. There is a suit of Ulilico armor that I no longer have a need for. You may have it if you wish. It makes no difference to me. Okay, goodbye. Thanks once again for your help, Baron. Your answers help clear a few things up for us at least. Glad I could be of service. You'll forgive me if I don't have time to show you out. Certainly. I don't imagine it will be too difficult to find our way. Alright, so we got a suit of special... Well, not special armor, but... It would have been good if, you know, I didn't already have better stuff. Armor mod 30. Armor mod 55. Let's go ahead and sell that. Yeah, it's still nice. Alright, so, up here... Let's go ahead and bookmark. Let's get back onto the road. I don't think I can really go this very far this way, but I'm going to try it. Got some more bodies. A crummy shell. An herbal pack, that's not bad. 2 torches. We can sell those eventually. Looks like I got another body up here. Another body over here as well. There might be a couple others that I'm missing. Poisoned rations. I wonder if these bodies show up. No, they don't. Some rope. Alright, so there was a thing up here. It's just bookmarked, just to be on the safe side. I should actually make sure that I am on scouting and stealth, which I'm not. Now we got a well. Goroth took a water pouch out of his pack and leaned over the well. A strange smell invaded his nose, and he sniffed it again suspiciously. It seemed to be coming from the well. He leaned over even more and tried to focus his gaze on the water below, but could not distinguish it from the murky darkness. As Owen approached, he held up a hand to stop him. I do not think this is ordinary well water. Are you going to try to drink some? That seems like it would be a bad idea. I think that would be a bad idea. Let's say no. Putting away their water pouches, Goroth noticed something he hadn't seen before. A small dead bird next to the well. I believe we made the right decision, he said. Okay. Seems to be poisoned. Bad water, very little water. James shook his head. I don't like the idea of going this way, he said. We can't accomplish anything that far north. All that is up there is controlled completely by Moradel, and we would be walking straight into the enemy's hands. Okay. So yeah, I cannot go that way right now. Alright, the main thing that I wanted to do is explore off in this direction. Actually, you know what? I need to get these, rest of these items sold. Where were they? Right, over here. Fortunately, I do not have any of my whetstones and such, so I'm not going to be able to fix them up a bit before I do anything with them. Or I sell them. But it's not that big of a deal. We'll have more opportunities for repairs as we go. I mean, we're in, what, Chapter 3? Let's see. You take that. You take that. Alright, don't care about the torches. There we go. Let's get back up to the keep and sell some of this junk. I'll probably leave the rest of this food for later. Oh, hey. Edge of the world there. Will you take this rope? Yes, you will. Excellent. Pretty happy about that. That will do. I like that basically all of the towns have their own music and stuff like that. It's a really nice touch in this game. Or at least all of those towns that are based on a scene like that. These white trees keep making me think that there are more to hell around. The ashes were cold. It looks like a cave up here. And there is a trap before the cave. Well, that is complex. Alright, so you're connected there, you're connected there. I can't escape from this one. Go and push that forward. Okay, not too difficult. The door was unlocked. Cracking it open, James peered into the formless darkness of the shaft. When no one replied to his shouted greetings, he turned to Gorath. No one down there, James said. Might be interesting to take a look around. Feel like blundering around in the dark for a few minutes? I'm not sure that I do. I'm not sure exactly what this is. An hour passed. After moving through a long stairwell that seemed to twist and wind in unexpected directions, they found themselves standing on an earthen floor. Should have gone back and gotten some torches. But this is a new area. I think it's time to call it an episode, and we'll explore this a little bit next time. See you then, everyone.